So my name is Teresa Carrasco and I'm sound artist. I come from Spain, but I'm based in Switzerland. Sound art is artistic field focused on sound, which allowed us to express and to create through the middles of sound. It covers really a wide spectrum, but the middle point, start point to work is always the sound. So sound artists are always recording, generating sounds, playing instruments, building own instruments, and trying to research about sound, perception, listening, and also space. Sometimes also link it to society, to general concept also, which could be also something political, but other kind of concepts are also used. And
안녕하세요. 저는 사운드 아티스트이자 전자음악 작곡가 윤지영이라고 합니다. 전자음악이랑 사운드 아트랑 좀 많이 헷갈리긴 하는 것 같아요. 근데 사운드 아트라는 거는 사운드 그 자체의 어떤 질감이나 아니면 뭐 공간의 특성, 뭐 혹은 필드 레코딩을 통해서 어떤 사운드 이벤트에 대해서 기록을 하는 것에 대해서 다양한 층위로 분석을 하고 그거를 사람들한테 어떤 청각적 경험을 제공하는 그런 게 대부분이고요. 그러니까 사운드 아트에서 제가 중요하게 생각하는 요소가 그 사운드 질감이라는 건데, 그 사운드를 다루지 않는, 일상적으로 다루지 않는 분들한테는 텍스처가 뭔지 와닿지 않을 수 있지만, 사실은 그 사운드 텍스처라는 게 사운드에 대해서 가지는 취향을 결정하는 되게 큰 요소라고 생각을 하거든요. 그러니까 어떤 질감의 사운드를 사람들이 재미있어 하는지, 뭐 아니면은 계속 더 듣고 싶은지, 뭐 그거를 결정하는 요소가 질감에 많이 있다고 생각을 해요. 저는 그 어떻게 하면 더 재밌는 텍스처를 만들까, 어떻게 하면은 좀 더 색다른 경험을 하게 할 수 있는 텍스처를 구성을 할 수 있을까, 이런 거에 대해서 고민을 많이 하고 그거를 작품으로, 사운드 아트 작품으로 표현하려고 많이 노력을 하는 편입니다.
starting point to develop the whole project, and the idea of how to record water, how to record underwater, how to work with this plasticity and malleability of this element in sound, and how to then create something together, so a kind of dialogue between both. So we were looking also in places in Jeju where water was an important element, and we were also thinking about the possibility how to dive ourselves in order to get the sounds underwater, and this is the first time for us that we did, and it was a really great experience to discover the underwater environment. For me it was really extreme great. And so for me, the most intense moment was to have to fix my mask and getting into the water with the bag. No, this kind of trust that you have to have on yourself and on the space, and really get into the water. And once that you are there and you go down and you listen in this new environment, it was really intensive and really great for me to discover this kind of underwater sound environment. But also the time, how the time slow down, how you move in other way, and how you perceive also in other kind of ways. And I think it's a very interesting experience, because then you can also translate it in a way, maybe one that you are creating. And that was something that I was thinking in the last days. So how to move in other kind of environments, and how to appreciate time and space in other kind of environments, and sound, of course.
저희가 수영을 할 때는 물 근처에서 물 표면에서 사람 몸이랑 물이 부딪혀서 나는 그런 소리들을 뭐 경험적으로 이제 상상하고 있었다면은 다이빙을 해서 일상적으로 경험하는 것보다 훨씬 더 깊이 내려가고 그리고 이게 바다의 환경이라는 것들 때문에 경험이 완전히 달랐던 것 같고 그리고 특히나 이거는 진짜 상상을 못했는데 우리의 호흡을 그 물속에서 듣는다는 그게 되게 신기했던 것 같습니다. 그런 소리도 되게 신기했어요. 그 산소통이랑 뭔가 다른 산소통이랑 부딪힐 때 나는 소리 뭐 이런 것들이 공기를 매질로 했을 때랑 물을 매질로 했을 때 사운드가 얼마나 다른지를 경험을 크게 했던 것 같습니다. 뭔가 어디서 들리는지 이 소리가 어디서 오는 건지 이런 것들도 그런 것들도 구분이 잘 가지 않고 훨씬 더 가까이 있는 소리처럼 들리고 뭐 그런 것들이 되게 신기한 경험이었던 것 같습니다.
And the preparation time was kind of intense. Which kind of mics are the best for record underwater? What kind of hydrophones could we also? I was researching a lot about hydrophones and looking for possibilities. Also, the idea to maybe test ourselves to building a hydrophone and in order to take maybe an array of hydrophones using more than one and looking if it's a kind of way that allows us to delve a little more on concept of research of this materiality of water, asking some research institutes about ocean research or water research or polar research in order to look for materials that we could borrow or rent, but they couldn't help me in this moment. So at the end, I found this small hydro moth. Actually, I'm very happy with the results. At the beginning, we had some troubles using it and it was not clear, did some errors. And at the end, we found also the way how to use it. And I'm very happy because that allows us really to get the sounds that we were looking for. But we did a really good way the whole week. So we found water under the volcano lava tube in the darkness, recording these drops, looking for these kind of sonorities that also are under the earth and related also with this water concept as well, but in other kind of ways, looking for other kind of spaces with reflections. It's like a kind of rain, but it's not rain because you are not in an open field, so you are really in a closed field, and then the kind of resonances are really, really, really great to listen. And then we were also recording the cascade and also the sea using the hydrophones. We were looking also between the currents and between the stones, looking for maybe interesting places where water was also moving and volcano stones from the island. So I found also interesting to look for. Maybe also the idea of the fish marker was also very interesting to see for me, new species that I have never seen before, and also how people behave and the connection between also the water, because they have the fish alive, and you don't find always this kind of constructions in other markets, that you have always also the fish there. Sounds from people buying, selling, also a lot of water in this connection, which I never thought it could be, no? We thought that in this area was a submarine, so I proposed to go there. Gijon was not so convinced, but at the end I convinced her, "Yeah, let us go there. I think it could be really interesting, just also not just to listen on the underwater sound, but maybe also to see, because we were thinking about to use visuals also in this project. I thought maybe it could be interesting to record some videos underwater So we were recording with the cameras, and in order to get some visual materials that maybe we can also connect with the sounds and ones that we are working. So, and that was amazing, no? Once when you are underwater and you see the coral reefs and the feeling that you are under 40 meters under the sea, no? I was researching and I found also news about Tenyo, and I was wondering if we could just meet them, because I found really great to find these women that are so strong women, and going each time to the sea, it's almost each day to look for food to take care also, no? And I read about this tradition which is coming since Middle Age. I thought if we are here and we can really contact them, it could be really great for us. Just to have some impressions, some exchange, maybe to ask them about this experience, and maybe to learn from them, because I think this really a model of woman that showed us as any way that also in difficult conditions, difficult weather, they are going out and they're working so hard with their bodies, and they come with these amazing huge bags full of them, more than 30 kilos maybe, or 40 they said, I think. So I was really impressed. So at the beginning, we saw them when we were doing the diving course, and we realized that they were also doing some whistle tones, and we didn't know about it. I was also really interested. What are the meaning of this whistle? Are they communicating? Are they organized? Or what is actually this? And the idea of that the whistle tone is just coming automatically, because it's a way of a technique of breathing technique. Was very interesting to discover. So like really breathing or whistling to survive. I found it really extreme interesting also to realize.
해녀분들한테 그러니까 마이크를 채워드려서 녹음한 소리랑 다 이제 수음이 된 상태인데, 그 과정에서 그분들이 이렇게 일을 하시는 리듬이나 거기서 음악적으로 뭔가 추임새를 넣으신다거나, 그러니까 노동을 할 때 좀 그러니까 몸에 배서 나오는 그런 사운드들이 그분들만 가진 그 음악적인 어떤 호흡과 요소들이 굉장히 저는 좀 아름답게 느껴졌고, 우리가 어쩔 수 없이 그러니까 녹음을 하러 가서 그분들이 굉장히 생업에 굉장히 몰두를 하시는 광경을 관찰을 한 건데, 그렇다 보니까 되게 미안한 마음이 든 게, 또 어떻게 예술가로서 막 죄책감도 많이 느껴지고 막 그런 것들이, 그러니까 물론 여기에 대해서 항상 필드 레코딩 한 사람들은 그런 거 굉장히 경계를 하고, 어떻게 하면은 이 제국주의적인 그런 착취로부터 좀 벗어나서 굉장히 좀 윤리적으로 녹음을 할 수 있을까, 뭐 이런 얘기들을 많이 하는데, 이번에 이런 경험을 하다 보니까 진짜 그 예술가로서 어떤 마음을 가지고 내가 필요한 것들을 얻어야 되는지, 뭐 이런 생각을 많이 하게 됐던 것 같습니다.
For me, these field recordings are the first step to compose. So in a way, it's of course discovering the space, discovering the sound space, of course, getting the material. So if we think the sound as a material, where our materiality that allows us to create and to compose. Once that you also go in other country or the other side of the world, more or less, you discover that there are significant changes in the sound field. How birds are, how the frogs are, insects, human also behave, and how the communication of human is. So you discover a new field actually, and you have to be careful because once that you see or listen for the first time something, so you can also not to be really careful how to use these materials, because maybe I just most focusing on the melodies of the voices now because I don't understand the speech or the language. So you discover other kind of interesting things that you maybe you don't put this attention when you are in your own environment, because you know that very well. So this for you is very natural. So this kind of awareness is very important, because then once that you discover, then you can also notice these differences and also use them as a way to create. And of course, there is the possibility of preserve sound in a way. So if you are doing recording in a way, you preserve the sound. You have also this historical component that you can also use in the way that I'm recording at this point, at this moment. Maybe in 5 years, the environment changes.
그리고 필드 레코딩 왜 하냐고 물어보셨잖아요. 그러니까 그걸 왜 하냐면 아까 말씀드린 문화 인류학적으로 그렇게 다양한 층위를 기록하기 위해서, 혹은 뭐 그거를 기록을 통한 재구성을 하기 위해서, 작품화하기 위해서 뭐 그런 것도 맞고, 그러면 왜 사운드를 지금 우리가 이렇게 여러 가지 기술을 통해서 여러 가지 사운드를 만들 수 있음에도 불구하고 왜 녹음이라는 거를 해야 되냐, 거기에는 또 조금 다른 이유가 있는데, 저도 그렇고 지금 테레사도 그렇고 정기적으로 아날로그나 디지털을 이용을 해서 사운드를 제너레이트 하는 거를 굉장히 좋아하고 작품에서 그걸 굉장히 즐겨 써요. 근데 그거를 자연이 가지는 그 소리의 배음들이 있거든요. 배음 구조가 굉장히 하모닉하고 막 굉장히 거의 인피니트한 그런 배음들을 가지고 있는데, 그거를 우리가 제너레이트한 소리로 따라갈 수 없기 때문에 녹음을 하기도 하는 거죠. 저희가 얼마 전에 갔었던 그런 동굴같이 반사 리버브레이션이 엄청 좀 풍부한 데 가면은 되게 편안하다고 느끼고 아름답다고 느끼잖아요. 그게 우리가 듣는 환경, 우리가 살고 있는 환경은 반사가 없을 수 없기 때문인 거죠. 근데 그 반사에는 또 음원이 발생시키는 사운드를 얼만큼 잘 반사시키느냐는 또 배음하고 연관이 있어서 훨씬 더 그 반사가 잘 되면은 부드러운 배음을 가질 수 있는 거고, 뭐 그런 거죠. 그러니까 이런 얘기도 해요. 그러니까 사실은 듣는다는 게, 필드 레코딩을 하는 게 그런 아까 말씀드린 그 여러 가지 층위에 대해서 기록을 하는 거, 그 행위라고 본다면은 개념적으로 그냥 내가 거기 듣고 있는 것도 다르지 않다. 그러니까 이게 녹음기가 있고 없고의 차이인 거지, 그러니까 마이크가 있고 없고 요 차이인 거지, 듣는 것에 대해서도 똑같은 어떤 그 관점을 유지를 해야 된다, 뭐 이런 생각들을 뭐 많이 교류를 하는데, 그런데 더 민감한 사람일수록 더 좋은 녹음을 할 수 있다고 저희는 믿고, 그래서 이번에도 저희가 그런 어떤 오류를 범하지 않았기를 바라면서 작업을 할 때도 그 점을 좀 유의해서 작품을 만들려고 해요.
It was really intensive, fast, so many experiences, so many new inputs for me, because for me it's the first time being here in Korea, and I bring with me very good memories, also very good sounds. So I think for me it's just a kind of also beginning, and I hope I can continue working on this, maybe also together with John, and researching more about and recording more. So it's just a beginning of water research.